Good evening, everyone, and welcome you all to our What Buddha Said class. Dear friends, last time we talked about 4 truths about life. And after listening and learning those 4 things about the life, one young guy, his name was Rattapala, decided to become a monk. Finally, he attained the full enlightenment. There are people in this world, they also want to have a happy life, but still they are not ready to start their practice toward the full enlightenment. Even in the Buddha's time, there were people like that. Nothing wrong with that, because people are different. Some people, they want to practice the teachings of the Buddha and follow the path toward the enlightenment and attain the full enlightenment as quickly as possible. But some people, they think, okay, we have families, but still I want to attain the enlightenment, but not right now, after some time. So in the Buddha's time, one day, a young guy like that went to the Buddha. And then he asked, Bhante, could you please teach me about the secrets of life? Could you please teach me the secrets of life to have a successful life? Or we can call them secrets of success. So, success in this life, the success in the next life. Or in other words, the success in this ordinary life and spiritual life. Buddha said, yes, of course. So when someone practices the teachings of the Buddha, they can make their ordinary life successful, and also they can make their spiritual life successful. Then Buddha taught him what you should follow to have a successful ordinary life. So Buddha taught him about 4 secrets. 4 secrets about the success. The first one, accomplishment in initiative. The second one, accomplishment in protection. The third one, associate noble friends. Associate noble friends. The fourth one, live beneath your means, or having a financial balance. Buddha explained all of those 4 things. Okay, the first one, accomplishment in initiative. There are 4 things to have that thing in someone's life. So what is the first one? The first one, so to have the accomplishment of initiative, or the Pali word is Utthana Sampada. Utthana Sampada. The first one, Buddha says, they should be skillful in what they do. So there are 4 things. In the first quality, that first one is you should be skillful in what you do. So, dear friends, whatever we do, we should be skillful on that. And if we think we are not skillful in what we do, then we should improve our skills. How can we do that? We can learn about it, and we can train ourselves to improve our skills. So most of the people in this world are not born talented. Most of the people are not gifted. But anyone can improve their skills by learning and by training. So that is the first one we need to improve, we need to have in our life to develop this first quality, accomplishment in initiative. The second one, Buddha says, you should not be lazy. Or you should get rid of procrastination. So that is the second one. Because sometimes there are very skillful people, but they are lazy. They procrastinate. Because of that, they waste their time that they can use to have a successful life. So that's why Buddha said the second one, you should not be lazy. You should be always energetic. You should put effort to achieve your goals. The third one, Buddha says, you should be well organized. You should be well organized. Because there are some people, they are very skillful, they are not lazy, but they are not well organized. They don't do things in a well organized manner. So I think we all agree with that. Even today, people talk about that. We have to be well organized. So before we organize our external things, we should organize our internal thing, our mind. When our mind is well organized, then very easily we can organize other things easily. So whatever we do, we try to be well organized. And the next one, Buddha says, you should be innovative and do research and experiment to achieve your goal. Because sometimes, so when we want to do particular things, then we think, okay, there is no way to do that. But actually, most of the time, it's all about our lack of knowledge. Sometimes the solution is one Google search away. If you do a Google search, then you can find the solution. But sometimes we don't do that. So I just remember one thing that happened to me when I was in Sri Lanka. So during the COVID, we started a Dhamma program, a program like this for young generation. And it was very successful. And then at that time, I wanted to have a virtual video background for that Zoom session. Then I tried to do that, but then I learned, oh, our computer is not powerful enough to do that. Then I thought, okay, I cannot do that. Then one day, another monk suggested me to do that. Then I said, no, we cannot do that because our computer is not powerful. There is no way we can do that. But then he said, no. There must be a way to do that. Today's technology is developed. You should be able to find a way to do that. That is the moment I thought, oh, I should Google for that. Then I Googled for it. Then I found a way to do that. So even though I thought it was not possible to do that, but there was a way to do that. So that's why we should not just accept no as answer. Okay. First, we should do our research. Because our mind tells, no one has done it before. You cannot do that. Okay. But if we do our research, or if we think out of the box, then we might be able to find a solution, or maybe a new way to accomplish what we want to accomplish. So that's why Buddha says in this part, you should be innovative, do research and experiments to achieve your goal. And that's another huge obstacle on our way towards success. That's the thought of, I know it, or I know everything. So that thought keeps us from improving our life, because we think, oh, I know how to do that. Oh, I know it's not possible to do. So that thought is connected with our ego. So that's why, and also there is a huge obstacle on our spiritual path as well. So that's why in one of the suttas, Buddha advised us, think often that I don't know. I don't know, but Buddha knows. Why? Buddha knows the path toward the enlightenment. So, because Buddha gave that advice to a group of people, a group of monks, because they had been practicing something that Buddha didn't recommend. So then Buddha said, okay, you should always think, I don't know. I don't know about the path. I don't know about what I should practice to attain the enlightenment. But Buddha knows about that. So then it helps us to get rid of our ego, and then we learn new things. And then it helps us to grow our life. So, so those are the 4 things that helps us to develop the first quality to have a successful life. So what is the first quality that we all need to have a successful life? Accomplishment in initiative. Accomplishment in initiative. And the second quality, the Pali word is arakka sampada. Accomplishment in protection. So yes, of course, everything is subject to change in this world. Nothing is permanent. But it's not an excuse for someone not to protect their wealth or not to protect what they have. So normally it happens when someone practices Buddhism, they learn, okay, everything is subject to change, nothing belongs to me. Then sometimes they become careless. They don't protect what they have. But here Buddha says, no, you should protect your wealth. Some thieves can steal your wealth. Or there might be some floods or fires, or maybe government will get your money. through the taxes. So you should find a way to protect a legitimate way to protect your wealth. So that is the second quality lay people needs. Okay? Protect their wealth, accomplishment in protection. And then the third one, Buddha says, associate noble friends. Associate noble friends. So we should associate good friends. Friends that helps us to improve our life. So nowadays, people say you become the average of 5 people that you associate often. So you become the average of 5 people you associate often. And also Buddha said, okay, always associate noble friends. In Buddhism, always, when we talk about noble friends, we talk about friends and teachers who helps us to develop our path toward the full enlightenment. So, but however, when you live in your normal life, so you should always have good friends like that. And also, you can have people that help you to improve your life, to achieve your goals. So, but however, we should always focus on developing our spirituality. There might be some people, they help us to achieve our ordinary goals in our ordinary life, but they might have some bad qualities in their life. So then we should be very careful. Why? Because they can influence us. So their bad habits, bad qualities could influence us. Then we should have such qualities in our lives. So that's why we should always associate people who try to develop their virtue, people who try to develop their generosity, and people who try to develop their meditation practices and abandon bad thoughts in their life. So then we can develop such great qualities in our life as well. So that's why Buddha says, like, you should associate noble friends. You should associate good friends always. And the fourth one, that you need to have a good financial situation. It means like you should balance your income and your expenses. So here Buddha says very fascinating thing, because sometimes people think, okay, I should not spend money. Okay. No, you can spend money if you can afford. Okay. Because Buddha says, like, there are some people, they have money, okay, and they can spend money, but sometimes they hesitate to spend money, and then they live like a poor people, like a poor person. So Buddha doesn't praise that life. Okay? If you can go to a good restaurant, you should do that. Okay? And if you can buy valuable clothes, yes, you can do that. Okay? But however, you should know your limits. And there are some people, and they don't have money, but they try to live like a rich person, a rich people. Buddha doesn't praise that life either. So if you cannot afford, then you should not do that. So when someone has such a financial balance in their lives. So then it helps them to have a happy life and gradually grow their life. So in another sutta, so Buddha says how you should spend your money. Okay? So I know this financial plan will not work for many of you, but if someone tries to do that, then at the beginning, it would be a little bit challenging, difficult, but gradually they will be able to develop financially. So Buddha said, save 25% of your income. You should save 25% of your income. And then you should invest 50% of your income. You should invest 50% of your income. Half of your income should be invested. And then you are only allowed to consume 25% of your income. Okay, now you can calculate that. Okay, and then you can think, oh, can I live with 25% of my income? So that's the Buddha's financial plan. Okay, so, but if someone try to do that, so gradually they can stabilize their financial. Okay, so that is the Buddha's financial plan. So you can think if you can apply it to your life. So however, Buddha says like, okay, you should have a balance in your income and your expenses. So then gradually you can improve your life. With this strategy, then even if someone doesn't afford to some of the things that they want, but gradually they will be able to do that. And at the same time, they have peace in their mind because they know I don't have debt, I have some financial freedom, and then they can have a peace in their life, and then gradually they can improve their wealth. So those are the first 4 things Buddha said that you need to have a successful life. Okay, the first one is accomplishment in initiative. Accomplishment in initiative. And the second one is accomplishment in protection. The third one is associate noble friends. And the fourth one, live beneath your means, or having a balance in income and expenses. So those are the 4 secrets of success. But however, to do all of those things, we need to have mental strength. If we don't have a mental strength, we cannot do these things. Or we need to have some spiritual life, okay, to strengthen our mind. So what are the things that we can practice to improve our mental strength? Here Buddha says in this sutta, there are 4 things that we should practice. The first one is confidence, or shraddha. It means the confidence in the Buddha. It means like, so Buddha teaches us, and we should have the confidence of those teachings. And then we can think according to that. So here in this sutta, Buddha teaches us 4 secrets of success. So then someone can practice it. So if someone has a confidence about that, then that's their shraddha, or faith in the Buddha, or faith in the teachings of the Buddha, and or the confidence in the Buddha. Okay, and the second one is virtue. morality. So for a lay disciple of the Buddha, they have 5 precepts. So they try to keep their 5 precepts. Not killing living beings, not stealing, not engaging in sexual misconduct, not telling lies, and not taking intoxicants and drugs. So those are the 5 precepts for a lay disciple of the Buddha. So if someone has that morality, then it is helpful for them to practice or to integrate these secrets of success. And also at the same time, it helps them to strengthen their mind. And the third one, Buddha says, practicing generosity. Practicing generosity. So practicing generosity helps us to collect good karma. So practicing, developing faith is also, when we practice faith, when we develop our faith, we develop good karma, we collect good karma. When we practice virtue, we collect good karma. And also when we practice generosity, we collect good karma. And also it helps us to have a happy and peaceful mind. So that is the third one. And the fourth one is understanding the impermanence of life, or developing our wisdom. Developing our wisdom. So wisdom means we should try to understand everything is subject to change, nothing is permanent. Or we should try to understand the 4 noble truths. Noble truth of suffering, noble truth of origin of suffering, noble truth of cessation of suffering, and noble truth of path leading to the cessation of suffering. So when someone has those 4 qualities, Shraddha, or the confidence in the teachings of the Buddha. Second one is the virtue, morality. Third one, generosity. And the fourth one, wisdom. Then they develop their spirituality, and it helps them to improve their mental strength, Then very easily they can develop those 4 secrets of life. That's what Buddha taught that young guy. So his name was Dīghajāṇu, and Buddha taught that Dīghajāṇu about those secrets of life. So may we all be able to have those things in our life, and may we all be able to have a very successful and happy life. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so do you have any questions about what we learned today?
Yes, Bhante. So where does isolation for practice fit into these 5 advices? I also heard that you should also spend some time alone, isolated, to be able to practice and to be able to do your meditation. So how much time on each?
Yeah, so that's why here Buddha says, like in that when Buddha taught about the things that we should practice to develop our spirituality. So Buddha mentioned about that Shraddha, the faith in the teachings of the Buddha, and the virtue, morality, and the generosity, and the wisdom. So then when someone has that faith and the confidence in the teachings of the Buddha, then they don't stop there. Okay, they also explore other teachings as well. Okay? So then they learn, oh, Buddha has taught us to have some seclusion in the life and have some meditation practice. So then they also practice those things as well. So in this sutta, Buddha very briefly mentioned about those 4 spiritual things. But when someone develops those things, then they know, okay, I should learn more. And at the same time, the last one, wisdom also, when someone has that understanding of the wisdom, so then always they can have some seclusion in their life. So seclusion, because in Buddhism there are 2 types of seclusions. Seclusion we call, so if I translate those words directly to the English, like it's like seclusion in body. It means like, okay, we go to some secluded place or to a monastery or a forest, then we have some seclusion. Okay. The other one is seclusion in our mind. It means like we abandon the negative thoughts in our minds. So even if we are in a forest, if we have some negative thoughts, defilements in our mind, we are not secluded. We remember other people and things that we have to do tomorrow. Okay. But even if someone in a very crowded, busy place, if they don't have negative thoughts in their mind, and if they don't dwell in the past, and if they don't have expectations about the future, but if they are present, so then they have some seclusion. So that's why when someone has the understanding of the impermanence, or when someone has the wisdom, they can have that seclusion.
So my question is, why is it wrong to, or why is it bad to live like a poor person? I mean, I get like, why is it bad to live like a rich person, like when you can't afford it, but why is it bad to live like a poor person? Thanks.
The thing is, life is not to suffer. Okay? So if you can, if you can afford, like here Buddha says, like there are some people like they can afford to get things, but they don't do that. That is another part of the stinginess. So when someone has this very strong stinginess, then they don't spend money even for their well-being. Okay? So Buddha didn't praise that. Okay? So because you live a lay life, because Buddha gave that advice to a lay person, not to a monk. Okay? Okay. So since Buddha gave that to the lay person, then Buddha said, okay, if you have money and you can spend it for your well-being, you should do that, but you should know the limit. Okay? And but if you don't have money, then you should not spend like a rich person. Okay? Okay. Because then you will end up in a lot of debt. Okay? So that's why, like, we need to have that financial balance. And here is another thing, like there is another sutta. I think I got one question. Okay, let me check this one. Did Buddha mention about how much percentage of income we should donate to needy every month? Buddha hasn't mentioned that one, but in the commentaries, because in Buddhism, like when we talk about Theravada Buddhism, yes, we have the authentic teachings of the Buddha, the suttas, and also there are some commentaries, like the monks who lived in Sri Lanka explain some of the teachings. Okay? So the commentary of this sutta, it says the money that you donate includes in the percentage that you spend. Okay, that you spend. So it means like in that sutta, Buddha says like you should only spend 25% of your income. So within that 25%, you should spend as you should donate some money to the charities or to the monks, okay, to other people, okay. So, but however, in Buddhism, so that's one thing that we can consider. But however, in Buddhism, like generosity is considered as another investment. Okay. So why? Because you get the result of your generosity in the future. So it's like an investment for your future. So then, in that way, so if someone can think, okay, Buddha has mentioned you should spend 50% of your money as an investment, then someone can think, okay, then practice donating is an investment, then I should do it from that 50%. Okay, so it's totally up to the person, because Buddha hasn't mentioned any particular percentage about that. But however, Buddha has always praised practicing generosity. In one sutta, Buddha said, if someone knows about the benefits of practicing generosity as Buddha does, then they are willing to share even the last bite of their meal with someone else. Okay. So if someone knows about the benefits of generosity as Buddha does, then they are willing to share even the last bite of meal with someone else. Okay. That's what Buddha has said about the generosity. Okay, so there are so many suttas about practicing generosity. Yeah, in future I can talk about those suttas as well.
Bhante Jivananda taught us when we offer dana, that's a good way to like develop compassion. Like if you offer food to the monks, it's a good way to develop compassion, kindness, and you have that peaceful mind. And also you achieve good karma as well, because right. You're offering to the highest, I don't know how to explain it, but the offering food to the Mahasangha, the community of monks, is a great achievement in terms of achieving good karma.
Yeah, correct, Tina. So yeah, when you practice generosity, like when you offer food to monks, not only monks, like to your friends or to a homeless person, or maybe to your family members. So so suppose like you make food for your family, so you can, when you do it with a delightful mind, so it becomes a good karma. So you practice generosity because you put effort and you make that delicious food, then you serve your family or your friends. So you can convert into a good karma when you have a pleasant mind. So at that time, then you have you improve your compassion, your love to others. And also when you offer food to the monks, the noble sangha, that good karma become more fruitful because of the great qualities of the noble sangha. So we have to talk about that part in another day. I heard that more we spend on donation, the more we gain good karma. What's your opinion? I can say like the first thing is not the most important thing is not the amount, or it's not the quantity. Okay, the most important part is the quality. Okay, so what does mean quality? Quality means the quality in our mind. Okay, so someone can, okay, suppose there must be someone, okay, donate $100 to a charity. Okay, but they might do that since they are forced to do that. Okay? Or they do that to get some praise. Okay. And there's another person, so they can afford just $1. Okay. But they offer, they give that to a charity with a very pleasant mind, very happy mind, and with the belief of gaining good karma by doing that. Okay? Then that one is more powerful. So that good karma is more powerful. Yes, of course, if someone donate $100 with that same mindset, then it becomes more powerful. Okay? But however, the most important thing is the state of our mind. Okay, so that's all for today. Let's do the merit sharing. So first, let's share, because today we collect a lot of merit good karma by discussing this wonderful teaching of the Buddha. By the power of all the good karma we collected today, may you and your loved ones have a long life, strength, and happiness. May you be successful in your endeavors. May all the good fortune come your way. And may you be able to attain bliss of happiness. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now I'm going to chant verses of blessings. Close your eyes and listen to me. Abhivadana silis nichang vadapachayino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha hato nibbana sampatti iminate samijjatu. May you have long life and be free from illness. May you attain bliss of happiness. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you so much for joining today. May you be well and happy.